Dave Mason from traffic. It's Preservation Thursday. Got some good stuff today, folks. Said the Joker to the thief, there's got to be a way out of here. That's what I'm talking about. All along the watchtower, baby. So much confusion, can't get no relief. Hey, you got it. We're talking property preservation. And we are talking what on the surface could be insurance fraud by one of the biggest insurance companies in the industry. We're going to talk about York-Jersey today, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about York-Jersey today. But before we get there, some of the big news coming out of property preservation that many vendors are going to have to be concerned with. Goldman Sachs wins non-performing loans. Fancy word for bad paper. Let me ask you something. Why would anybody, isn't this what happened when the market collapsed 10 years ago? They were buying and selling bad paper. They were buying bad notes, selling bad notes. 9,800 loans, $1.64 billion is what they bought from Fannie Mae. Goldman Sachs did that this week. Let's see what we got here, folks. And of course, the promo. Did you catch the promo? Got a little live action there. BLM actually has a storefront. They actually have an office. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Hey, boss, the vendor is attempting to mooch some dollars. Our loss from the meeting is below. Shall they have their $90? Or shall I tell them to go kick rocks, take it or leave it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who is Bethany Okerman? Oh man, who's this from? It's to Greg Overton from Bethany Okerman, MCS 360. MCS 360. They're right in the middle of what I believe is insurance fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know the back charge issue, or what is called a hard charge back, in the property preservation industry is way out of hand. It's a sham and a scam, if you will. When I heard what happened, and in a minute here, I'm going to get, before I get there, PK Management Group, same people. And just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have something right here. I got something right here. We're going to be going over their contract that they send out before they send you a contract. It's called a vendor agreement. But we're going to go over that. I might be doing special reports on that, just like we broke their contract down, and it boiled down to it was nothing but a glorified employment contract. Too much control, too much direction, too much telling you what tools to use, who to buy what from. But let's get back, speaking of who to buy what from, let's get back to York-Jersey. Interesting development because MCS is right in the middle of it. It involves their back charges. Yeah, you all remember MCS, how they back charge. Now, when this stuff came across the wire to me, I started talking around and asking some people, and I said, hey, you're in the mortgage industry, you work the loan department. What happens on these foreclosures when the preservation work gets done? 3 different people. They are paid out within 45 days. They have no reason why it's taken 90 days, number one, or 60 days or anything like that. Within 45 days, decisions have been made. Was the service completed correctly? Do the photographs line up? Does everything justified? So when you're getting a back charge or a chargeback or whatever MCS wants to say, a year and a half later, it's illegal. It's a fraud and it's a scam. Go lien the property. Quit playing games. Quit trying to prove your case. Go lien the property. That's simple. You need help with this? The Murkin Group. They're a collection agency out of Miami, Florida, or not Miami, Florida, but I'll get their links and everything in the description. The Murkin Group can help you on collections. If you need a lien filed, Z-lien, I got an article on there today. When is a good time? How do I lien? And blah, blah, blah. It's on their blog. I'll get you a link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. But one of the encouraging things that's happened in the last couple of weeks is many people are sending me companies. We got a company I'm in the middle of investigating, and I'll talk about them in just a second here. Let me see if I can pull them up. I can't remember, but they're in Missouri. They're located in Missouri. Let me see what the heck that was. But it seems what I'm gonna do here. Let me look this email I got up on this company, and then we're going to talk for just a minute about the back charge system that MCS is doing. I just read you an in-house communique between two employees at MCS. They're setting someone up to rob them. That's what they're doing. And we'll get back to that in just a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Home First Rate Field Services, FRFS. A lot of information on the website that says nothing, that tells no information, that gives you nothing. Lots of bells and whistles. Big red flag. It has an About Us page, but it really doesn't say where these people acquired all this experience that they have. Yeah. And then I got this funny little deal here. Let me pull it up. I got this funny little deal here. Can you see that? Aspen Grove Solutions. I'm going to read something to you. Hang on here. Aspen Grove Solutions has spent more than 20 years building, implementing, and integrating innovative solutions for the mortgage field service industry. That's kind of like one of the lies they have on their applications with 4 different states for business licenses. They were brought into the fold about 5 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't been in the mortgage field service industry for 20 years. And speaking of Aspen Grove, that's a scam and a sham. We know that. I've done a lot of work. This comes to us from Kevin Christie's Preservation. I have done a lot of work for 2 partners named Brian Poling, P-O-L-I-N-G, and Craig Willner, W-I-L-L-N-E-R, who are contractors for Safeguard. They talked a good game. I figured since it was them and not me that would be working for Safeguard, I would be okay. I never received a penny from them. Getting ripped off? You getting ripped off? My recommendation to you, Kevin, get a hold of the Murkin Group. Get a hold of the Murkin Group down there, John Navarro. They can help you out. I'm telling you. Links will be in the description, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need some help, go get on over there and talk to them. But here's what I want to read to you about MCS. Okay? Hang on. Let me come back here. Guys, I just wanted to share some info I found very intriguing today. The guy reduces revenue, figuring his insurance might go down. Well, it didn't. It doubled, and here's why. After being a customer for 6 years, we filed a claim last year for $13K for a chargeback from MCS. It was only information at that point as we were fighting the claim. Okay? Now, the guy never closes the case. YORK-JERSY sends an email stating, this is where I believe this is insurance fraud, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to listen to this very carefully. YORK-JERSY wants to double the insurance premium on this company. And oh, by the way, YORK-JERSY's office is right next door. I know this girl's stalking me, man. My number comes up when you search for her. She's got a crush on me and she's not telling nobody. I'm telling you, Sherry Knott, right next door to YORK-JERSY. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. I'm telling you, they rode out in the night stealing your money. Now, let's go back to this for just a minute here and read this for this guy here. YORK-JERSY says they're going to double his rates. He says, hey, well, wait a minute. Why? I've reduced revenue, blah, 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 blah. They tell him, well, you had a claim against you. Okay. That usually jacks up insurance rates. Claims usually make insurance go up. But in this particular case, what do you think YORK-JERSY does? YORK-JERSY does this Mike a solid, pats him on the back, says, hey, because you're a great customer for the last 6 years, we're going to recommend you to these people and they'll give you a better deal. Excuse me? I want you to think about that for just a minute. YORK-JERSY's going to jack your rate up because you had a claim, but they have a buddy that is going to give you a better deal. Insurance fraud. Can you say that? HUD, OIG? Huh? Where's Mr. Jeff Sessions on this? Where is Mr. Mick Mulvaney from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau on this? Mike, are you filing a complaint where you need to file a complaint? But get this. And I'm going to read verbatim. Okay? YORK-JERSY sends me an email stating that they can save me money by going with a new company and a different policy reserved for good customers and those who don't work for certain nationals. Said national is Safeguard. He stated that the insurance companies are losing money faster. They're losing money faster than they know how to manage, and that there is serious discussion of no longer providing policies for that company's work. They're talking Safeguard here, okay? He also stated that they have noticed a huge uptick in amount of chargebacks from MCS. Insurance companies know that the industry as a whole is shrinking and that the nationals are pushing pushing the work to competent contractors, or they're pushing competent contractors out. And I want you guys to think about this for a minute. Right now, I am getting calls from a whole series of new contractors. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. But the older guys are going out. I want you guys to think about Brett Douglas for a minute. Great guy, W-2 company, but could never get a contract with first in line. Always had to settle for a second in line as a member of NAMFS, no doubt. And, oh, by the way, he did kind of speak out. I think Eric Miller whispered in his ear and, kind of hosed him, didn't give him a reach around, but that's my personal opinion. Myself, I would have invested $25,000 in radio advertising versus NAMFS. Brett Douglas is no longer in the industry. But the insurance company's saying that they're noticing competent contractors are being pushed out due to chargebacks, and they're being left with the shady contractors that only increase the liability and amount of chargebacks. I am basically out of the industry. I have diversified enough that I will never miss any of the work if they stop tomorrow. We continue to work for some companies. However, I have the upper hand at this point that I don't need the work to survive. That's very critical when you're diversifying. Therefore, I can make decisions that will either benefit me financially or I can refuse the work. I'm thinking an open-ended letter to my clerk, blah, 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 and he just goes on and rambles for a little bit. Upticks in MCS chargebacks. This is a company that is known to abuse your E&O insurance. They have a long track record. And I believe Carolyn is right at the charge there doing all this stuff. They just, they had a serious amount, 7 figures settlement because they violate employee independent contractor rules. I'm going to state this again, ladies and gentlemen. Sooner or later, labor has to say stop. And if you don't say stop, it's on you. At this point, from this point going forward, there's absolutely no way. There's too many options out there right now. If this market falls in again, they're playing with fire right here by bouncing this around. Now, 45 days is what the banking people tell me. 45 days. I talked to somebody who worked since 2003. They have been working in the foreclosure end of the home loan department, Goldman Sachs. 45 days, they tell me. And since 2003, how many chargebacks do you think Goldman Sachs has instituted? Zip. Nada. None. That's 15 years, ladies and gentlemen. None. Neither is Bank of America, Wells Fargo, none of these people. These chargebacks are coming from in-house. Now, let's go back and read this internal email. This is Wednesday, March 7th, 2018, to Greg Overton. Reference 618 28 Clyde Street, West Warwick, Rhode Island. And it is to Bethany Okerman at MCS360.com. This vendor is attempting to mooch some dollars. Our loss from the meeting is below. Shall they have their $90? Or shall I tell them to kick rocks, take it or leave it? Okay. Vendor was provided specific instructions to identify and bid plumbing and electrical damages. Following their failure to address, they again filed to, part of that's cut off, ladies and gentlemen. MCS response for half the remaining CC issues as they were not addressed previously despite being present prior to conveyance. The client has agreed to pay half the remaining balance as the property was conveyed following a collaborative review, both MCS. That number is $12,000, $773.50. Oh man, $12,773.58. The second entry in here, where MCS is responsible for half, $7,283.59. These are all $5,000 or better, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to stop and think about this for a minute. When I tell you that the IRS people I talk to say to file a 1099 on that money, hello? And I've done some research. Nobody's ever got arrested or beat up or told they can't file the 1099. The courts have actually agreed. You know what? No, the IRS is entitled to see that. They're stealing your money via back charges. It's illegal. If it's over 45 days, the people in the banking industry are telling me, hey, somebody 15 years in the banking industry never saw a chargeback from the foreclosure department. Never. And I want you to think about it. They don't just have a couple hundred in 15 years. We're talking tens of thousands of foreclosures, for crying out loud. MCS charging you back? Tell them you want to see the paperwork from the bank. If they can't produce the paperwork from the bank and they don't do it within 72 hours, file a lien. Zlien.com, ladies and gentlemen, Zlien.com. Tell Scott I said hello. He'll take care of you. Just like the Murkin Group, you tell the Murkin Group I said hi, they're going to take care of you. They're going to set you up. They're going to give you free time. They're going to help you find out if your claim is even worth chasing. And they're going to do that on their dime. And then get a load of this. Once they tell you, hey, you know what? You got an issue. Not only do you have an issue, but we can collect for you. They're still going to work for free until they collect. And then you can pay them. Who does that? I'm thinking the guy knows his stuff. I'm thinking those guys over there know their stuff. And, I mean, come on. I let my work speak for itself. These guys are willing to let their work speak for itself. What have you got to lose? What do you got to lose? 5 minutes of time making a phone call? Sending an email? You guys got to step up. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to step up. You got to step up. Now, I don't know about this first-rate field services as of yet, but a lot of red flags there. We'll take a look at them. We'll start digging around and see what we can find. As you can tell, BLM, that's all they do is sub work. They don't do any work at all. They just sub it out. They don't do no work. They sub it out. I want you to think about that. Big news, though. PK Management has somehow got their grubby paws on the entire 310 HUD M&M contract. That's not a small business, ladies and gentlemen. Best Asset, of course, Best Asset puts the bid in. They're out of Texas. They put the bid in for the 4S. They can't do it because they can't deliver because they're too stupid to bid the job right. And I still don't get it. Mr. Ben Carson, Mr. Craig Carnes, Kimberly Satterfield. I'm sorry, she's not in there no more. But everybody needs to pay attention to this. What is a company in Texas bidding on a job in Nevada, sending the bid to Atlanta? Hello? You have a HUD office in Reno. You have a HUD office in Las Vegas, in Boise, Idaho. Why are you not utilizing those employees that our taxes are paying for to find the work and get it done? It's kittywampus, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all at the hands of whom? Mr. Miller. Hello, you thought I'd forgot about you? I haven't forgot about you. Eric Miller took over NAMFS in 2007 and has pyramided the entire industry by forcing you to buy insurance from said agents, York-Jersey, one of them. I believe they're committing insurance fraud by telling this guy we're going to double your rate and then recommending them to a buddy who's going to give him a better deal. Poppy frickin' cock. That's insurance fraud right there. I'm telling you right now. That is a scam. That is a scam, just as MCS is scamming this guy out of his money on the back charge. MCS is stealing your money. If that job has been approved, if it has been paid, the bank is not the client, as they call them. Our client is back charging us. No, they're not. If you got paid on a job in property preservation, ladies and gentlemen, the client has signed off on it. The client's not coming back 2 years later to take your money. That is theft, and it's theft by deception. It's theft by electronic means. And, oh, by the way, hello, IRS, hello, feds. It's called RICO. Get with your attorney general. Get with your district attorneys. Present it. Look. There is information going back to 2010, 2011 out there in the public domain via my website, via my podcast on YouTube station, via foreclosurepedia.org. Foreclosurepedia.org, up to the minute fraud reporting. Is iFast for you? Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. iFast for you. Again, you have collection needs. Murkin Group, get a hold of the Murkin Group. They'll take care of you. They'll take care of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. The barbecue's calling me. It's that time. Hey, I'm in the Midwest. What else do they do here? They barbecue. In the rain even. We're having fun. We're having fun. I got to go plant some plants, have some barbecue. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. If you're getting a bad back charge, get a hold of us. Let's talk. See if we can point you in the right direction, get you some help. Not a chance. We're reviewing them all. We're reviewing them all. Yes, we are. Send me a little buzz. Send me a little email. Send me a text. I'm there. I'm there. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear. Subscribe to the station, folks. That's how it works. Oh, by the way, and if you can help keep the lights on, hit the website. Give us a donation. It all comes in handy. Let's have a great night. Let's all be safe out there.